What's going on, guys? Arcantry here with another Siege discussion video for you guys. Recently, another Siege YouTuber had a video where he mentioned whether or not Mute needs a buff. This is something that I've talked about on my channel before, as I'm a big fan of Mute as a character. Now, one of his viewers asked him, should Mute get an ACOG? That's what his idea was for the buff. Should Mute get an ACOG? Now, my last Siege video I talked about, how what they should do with the ACOGs when it comes to Doc and Rook, how they should take away the ACOGs. Because the ACOG is the only reason that those two characters have as high as a pick rate that they do. Now, don't get me wrong, by themselves, they're useful characters when it comes to their gadget. But the reason why they're like as high tier as they are when it comes to the pick rate is because of the ACOG. So because of that, this guy and this viewer for Get Flank's video, he asked the question, should Mute also get an ACOG so he can be up there with Doc and with Rook in that top tier of pick rate? It's game breaking having ACOGs on SMGs and carbines on defense, in my opinion. I said it before, on rifles and light machine guns should be able to use ACOGs. So if you're on defense, on a person who should have an ACOG is Maestro. Outside of that, no one else on defense should get an ACOG unless they use an LMG or a rifle. So just like Get Flanked, I don't think Mute should get an ACOG. Get Flanked in his video mentioned he don't think Mute should get ACOG. We need less ACOGs on defense, not more ACOGs on defense. It takes the skill out of the defense where you can hold crazy angles with carbines and SMGs and destroying people in long range gunfights with an ACOG, where the attackers are, they're using rifles and LMGs, but yet they're losing gunfights to SMGs and carbines because of how powerful the ACOG is. ACOGs literally turn their gun into a laser. Mute is someone I spent a lot of time with. He's one of my favorite operators in the game. He's the defender I have the most time played with, so I know a thing or two about Mute and how he plays and what works better with him when it comes to his usefulness. It's not an ACOG. Mute does not need an ACOG. Weapon-wise, Mute is fine. His weapons are great. They're not overpowered. They're not underpowered. They're what we call balanced, which is great. Balance is what you want when it comes to this kind of video game. The thing that needs buffed is his gadget. His jammers need to be a little bit better. They need a bit more range. As it stands now, people aren't picking Mute as much as they should because his gadget isn't that useful. Like, it's useful in terms of how I view it, but because how easy it is to get around his jammers, people aren't picking him that much. I really see Mute picked on PC. My teams always run Mute because either I take him or when I first take him, but even on Xbox, I really see people play Mute. Part of the reason for that is some rooms are really difficult to use the jammers on, like Train on Cafe. The doorways on Train are so big, you can't possibly keep all the drones from getting in when you have to deal with the drone hole. You got to deal with the two big doors in the front, the main big door, and the fireplace. So you have all these things to worry about, and you're moving so slow to do that. It's hard to play Mute on any map where you have these big wide doors. Twitch is still really strong against Mute jammers. Only experienced Mute players know how to angle a Mute jammer to stop Twitch. And not like people want to be able to have to do so much to stop her, so he needs more range. More range will fix a lot of the issues that people have with his jammers, which is also what GiveFlame mentioned in his video. He mentioned they should also increase the range. Now, something I mentioned in my previous Mute video a long time ago was that he doesn't just need range, he also needs speed in placing his gadget down. Not him himself moving faster, but him placing his jammers need to be faster. He needs to be able to pick them up faster, he needs to put them down faster. I think if you increase that speed, it will be great. It takes too long to put down his gadget. It takes too long to pick his gadgets up. There really isn't a reason for it to take as long as it does. It's kind of silly. Now, nothing is more annoying than slowly putting down a jammer only for a drone to just speed right through the drone hole you're about to place your jammer on, because you're moving so slow they can just get right in. If you increase the speed, those doorways aren't the biggest issue because you can be able to get to the drone hole, get to the fireplace, get to the door, and get to where we need to get to, and then have time to fortify. Because again, you still have to do your job when it comes to fortifications. When it comes to, you gotta fortify walls. Maybe it's one day get one of the hatches. Now you gotta go do that. So increasing the speed in which he can put his jammers down makes just a quality of life a lot better for a Mute player. Now, I will say, outside of increasing the range, there isn't anything I would change about Mute. I love the guy. Whether he gets buffed or not, I'm going to keep playing Mute. My friend's going to keep playing Mute. He's a great character, in my opinion. He's a very useful operator, in my opinion. Frankly, I think most people are playing him wrong, and people don't understand how valuable he is. I see streams where people are losing on defense, and the streamer or his friends are saying, I keep getting spotted. Why do I keep getting spotted? Use a Mute. If you don't have a Mute, that's where you're constantly getting spotted. hear people on PC complain about Lion, and they aren't running mute. Lion is useless when it's a mute player. Now, for me, my team, when we don't have mute, we usually lose the rounds we don't have mute in. When we do have a mute, we usually win those rounds. It helps being an anchor and not having to worry about being drawn out of your position or the attacker knowing where you're posted up at so you can line up your shots. As a roamer, it helps that the attacker drones keep getting caught in jammers and they're being shot at, so the attackers, they can't look for the roamers. They don't have the drones to look for the roamers. Taking away drones from attackers via jammers is a huge blow to their game plan. Now, ask yourself this question: how often are you and your friends, using mute? Change that and see how much your gameplay changes. Change that and see how much more winning you do as a team. Maybe the thing that you need to solve when it comes to mute is just playing mute, not actually buffing anything off of him. Just play him. With that said, guys, this is the video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Leave any thoughts you have in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.